Prostate cancer doesn't discriminate, and it doesn't care if you're a football legend. Ray Clemence was one such legend, a tough guy on the field, but the unluckiest one in life. This is the story of his great career and even greater problems. Ray Clemence was born on August 5, 1948, in Skegness, a seaside town in Lincolnshire, England. He grew up in a modest family, where his love for football blossomed at an early age. Like many boys in his town, Clemence spent countless hours playing football in the streets and on local fields, dreaming of one day becoming a professional player. From kicking balls in the streets to playing for local youth teams, Ray's journey in football started much like any other hopeful. He attended Lumley Secondary Modern School, where he quickly stood out not just for his love for the game, but for his impressive skills as a goalkeeper. Even as a young lad, he had a knack for stopping shots that seemed destined for the back of the net. Interestingly, his talent really stood out during a county cup final for his youth club, Skegness Cosmos. Scouts from Scunthorpe United noticed him and invited him for a trial, kicking off his amazing career. Then, finally, he signed with Scunthorpe United on his 17th birthday, officially starting his professional journey. At first, it wasn't all glamorous. Clemence started out in the club's third team, far from the spotlight, but his potential was obvious, and soon enough, he got his chance to shine. Clemence made his professional debut in a game against Swansea Town in April 1966. The match ended in a 1-1 draw, not exactly a dream start, but an important step for him. Behind the scenes, he was guided by two key coaches, Jack Brownsward and Alan Bushby. They saw his potential and encouraged him to aim high, even imagining him playing for England one day. Their support boosted his confidence and ambition. Another mentor, Jeff Sidebottom, a veteran goalkeeper, also played a crucial role. Sidebottom taught Clemence the technical skills and how to handle the physical demands of the game. His advice was vital in preparing Clemence for the tough world of professional football, where goalkeepers often faced rough treatment from opposing players. Moving on, the 66-67 season didn't start great for Clemence at Scunthorpe, but he quickly became their main goalkeeper. His big test came after a tough 7-1 loss to Grimsby Town, a game that could have really brought him down. But the team stuck by him, and he bounced back, playing 46 games in a row. By the time he left Scunthorpe, he had played 50 games and kept 12 clean sheets. That got the attention of Bill Shankly, the famous Liverpool manager. His move from Scunthorpe to Liverpool was pretty dramatic. Imagine rushing home from a job by the beach and finding a telegram that changes your life. Liverpool wanted him. Looking back, Clemence always appreciated his time at Scunthorpe. It wasn't just about becoming better at football. It was about growing as a person in a club that felt like family. Then, in the summer of '67, Liverpool's manager Bill Shankly pulled off a great deal by snagging Clemence from Scunthorpe United for just €18,000. Clemence proved his worth right from the start, keeping a clean sheet in his first game during a League Cup match against Swansea Town, which Liverpool won 2-0. Over the next couple of years, Clemence became Liverpool's first-choice goalie, thanks to his consistent, top-notch performances. Even though they faced a tough loss to Arsenal in the 1971 FA Cup final during extra time, Clemence's career kept looking up. Honestly, 1973 was a joyful year for Clemence and Liverpool as they grabbed both the league title and the UEFA Cup. A standout moment for Clemence was during the UEFA Cup final against Borussia Mönchengladbach when he saved a crucial penalty. This was a game-changer, setting Liverpool up nicely before the second leg in Germany and helping prevent Mönchengladbach from clinching the title with away goals after their 2-0 home win. Liverpool's success streak continued, and in 1974 they won the FA Cup with a 3-0 victory over Newcastle United. 1976 was another big year as they won both the league and the UEFA Cup again. The following year, they had their sights on a unique treble. They started strong with another league win, but faltered in the FA Cup final against Manchester United. But they bounced back by winning their first European Cup, defeating Mönchengladbach once more. Not only this, in 1978, Clemence was a big reason why Liverpool kept their European Cup title with a tight 1-0 win over Club Brugge. That year, They didn't manage to snag the league title or the League Cup. Nottingham Forest took both, but Clemence was still at the top of his game, helping Liverpool to win the league titles again in 1979 and 1980. He was particularly awesome in the 1978-79 season, letting in only 16 goals in 42 games. Now, agree or not, Clemence's last game for Liverpool was pretty memorable. It was the 1981 European Cup final against Real Madrid, which Liverpool won 1-0. After that game, with a new star goalie Bruce Grobbelaar coming up, Clemence moved to Tottenham Hotspur for €300,000. His time at Liverpool was filled with amazing saves and important wins, leaving a legacy that fans still remember fondly. Now, it won't be a lie if I say that at Tottenham, Clemence kept up his great work. He played when Liverpool won the 1982 League Cup, but he also got to celebrate when Spurs won the FA Cup that year. His first game with Tottenham was an exciting draw against Aston Villa. In 1984, he had to watch from the sidelines because of an injury as his team won the UEFA Cup in a nail-biting penalty shootout. Spurs made it to another FA Cup final in 1987, but didn't win. Later that year, Clemence had to retire because of an Achilles tendon injury during a match against Norwich. He didn't leave soccer, though. He started coaching at Tottenham. Clemence also played a lot for England from 1972 to 1983, even captaining the team once. England had some ups and downs during his time, and there was this ongoing competition with Peter Shilton for who would be the top goalie, which was a big story in the 80s. Let us know in the comments if you want to hear more about this rivalry. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to see you fall in love with these legends all over again. Anyways, after retiring from playing, Clemence stayed in the game by becoming a coach at Tottenham, continuing to influence the sport off the field. His career really shows how skilled he was as a goalie and how committed he was to his teams, both at the club and national levels. His coaching career took a significant step in January 1994 when he became the joint manager of Barnet with fellow goalkeeper Gary Phillips. By the next season, Clemence was managing the team on his own, helping Barnet achieve solid results in Division 3. His skills as a coach didn't go unnoticed, and by August 1996 he was brought on board as the goalkeeping coach for the England national team by Glenn Hoddle, a former teammate from Spurs and the England squad. Clemence proved his worth and stayed in that role through several managerial changes, serving under Kevin Keegan and Sven-Göran Eriksson, among others. He kept his position until 2007, when a new manager brought in his own staff. But Clemence wasn't done with England. He was brought back by Roy Hodgson and continued until 2012, even handling a tough personal moment when he snapped his Achilles tendon during warm-ups at Euro 2012. Besides coaching, he also managed England's head of international teams, looking after junior, women's and disability teams. Clemence also shared his expertise off the pitch as a pundit on TV and radio, discussing current goalkeeping trends and football stories. In 2013, Clemence decided to retire, closing a notable chapter in football, both as a player and a coach. His retirement was celebrated with significant gestures of respect and admiration. Even though it had been 30 years since he last played for England, the national team honoured him with a special retirement gift. So far so good, right? But his health was always at stake. In February 2005, Clemence shared that he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. He decided to take a break from his coaching duties with the England team to focus on his treatment. Interestingly, he wasn't the only one from Eriksson's coaching staff to face this illness. Brian Kidd, another coach, had also been diagnosed with prostate cancer before the Euro 2004 tournament. Sadly, after battling the disease for many years, Clemence passed away from prostate cancer at his home in Broxbourne on November 15, 2020. He was 72 years old. His death marked the loss of a highly respected figure in the football community. All in all, Clemence really left his mark as a legendary goalkeeper and is beloved by fans of Liverpool and Tottenham. He won lots of awards, was a top pick in fan surveys, and even made it onto the BBC's Merseyside team of the 20th century. People remember him as one of the greatest goalkeepers ever, a true legend who was all about football. a legend who left us too soon.